Within the walls of the Murim Alliance, Mok the Alliance leader asked Yun with a look of confusion, questioning why Yun had returned instead of traveling to Qinghai and inquiring about the unfamiliar figure accompanying him. The enigmatic figure known as the Thousand-Faced Fox, masquerading as Yun, brushed off Mok's queries about the stranger's identity, focusing instead on the purpose behind Mok's desire to convene the Orthodox Demonic Conference. Mok responded with confusion to Yun Thousand-Faced Fox's cryptic remarks. He questioned his intentions, referring to the 7 perfected stars message that hinted the demonic cult might not be their true enemies. The Thousand-Faced Fox dismissed the significance of the message, suggesting it should not have been shared. Mok, sensing deception, reacted with anger, swinging his sword and demanding answers from the mysterious figure before him. Undeterred by Mok's fury, the fox swiftly changed his appearance, asserting his control over the situation by setting up a chi curtain upon entering the room to shield their conversation from eavesdroppers outside. In a display of formidable strength, Mok surged forward with a powerful aura, confronting his adversary with a declaration of prowess. However, Jiten, matching Mok's determination, calmly acknowledged the confidence displayed. Overwhelmed by Jiten's superior skills, Mok's mind reeled at the realization of facing an expert of unparalleled ability. Struggling against the intensity of Jiten's aura, Mok coughed up blood and collapsed to his knees, unable to withstand the force before him. With a decisive swing of his sword, Jiten prepared to strike Mok down, driven by a cryptic purpose as he uttered the ominous words, "Everything is for that day." Under the cover of night, eerie music filled the air as Kwang suddenly awoke, startled by a sensation of blood in his mouth. Realizing the use of sound arts, he recognized it as an attack unfolding around him. Simultaneously, the divine doctor of 1,000 skills experienced the same pain, coughing up blood before succumbing to unconsciousness. Reacting swiftly, Kwang seized his sword, determined to confront the assailant outside, bracing himself for the imminent confrontation in the dark of night. In the area outside his chamber, the elderly divine monarch awaited Kwang's furious approach. Kwang, consumed by anger, launched an attack on the divine monarch, hurling insults in his direction. Unfazed by Kwang's words, the divine monarch noted the consistency in Kwang's crude speech. With skilled precision, the divine monarch unleashed a devastating blow that pierced Kwang's body, causing him intense pain. Reflecting on their previous encounter, the divine monarch expressed his intent to handle the situation differently this time, emphasizing the care he would take with Kwang's body. Biryong inquired about the capture of the individual bearing the mark, seeking confirmation. The divine monarch assured Biryong that the capture had been successful, emphasizing the need to await the completion of the Thousand-Faced Fox and the Divine Supreme's tasks. Biryong, expressing unwavering faith in the Divine Supreme's capability, conveyed confidence in their success. However, the tranquility was shattered by the sudden eruption of chaos within the Murim Alliance. Retainers' panicked shouts echoed through the halls as news of an attack by Yun, the White Dragon Group leader, on the revered Alliance leader spread like wildfire, plunging the Alliance into a state of emergency and uncertainty. In the depths of a mountain cave, Yun suddenly sneezed, feeling a chill run through him. Suyin, concerned, asked if he was okay, to which Yun nonchalantly replied that it was nothing to worry about. Despite his reassurance, Yun couldn't shake off a sense of uneasiness clouding his thoughts. Contemplating the potential outcomes of the conference, Yun hoped that a successful resolution could pave the way to halt the Orthodox demonic war, hinting at the weight of responsibility and hope resting on their shoulders. Amidst the tension within the Orthodox faction, concerns arose about Yun and his companions allegedly fleeing towards the demonic cult. Questions were raised about Yun's sudden appointment as the White Dragon Group leader despite past affiliations with the demonic cult, prompting calls for decisive action to declare war and execute Yun. In a moment of reflection and guilt, the Thousand-Faced Fox Mok shouldered the blame, foreseeing the impending consequences for Yun. The Orthodox faction's concerns arose about the possibility of catching them in time. The Thousand-Faced Fox, Mok, revealed the presence of a secret unit stationed in the area, hinting at a plan to intercept the fleeing individuals. Intrigued by the mention of a secret unit, a member of the Orthodox faction sought clarification. Confirming the existence of the covert team, the Thousand-Faced Fox affirmed their presence and readiness for action. Meanwhile, in a plain field, a group of dark knights mounted on horses set out on a grand mission towards the demonic cult, led by the enigmatic figure of Karl Byrne. As the morning sun bathed the plains in sunlight, Yun and his companion rode on horseback, the vast expanse stretching before them. Seopong, showing concern for Sang's well-being, suggested a brief rest to ease Sang's struggles. However, Sang reassured them of his condition, signaling his readiness to continue the journey. Just as Yun began to agree to a short break, his attention was abruptly drawn to a group of knights advancing towards them, interrupting their conversation and signaling a potential encounter. In a swift motion, Yun brandished his sword, declaring the approaching knights as members of the grand plan, sparking tension in the air. His allies followed suit, readying their weapons for the unfolding confrontation. Carl, leading the group, raised his sword and addressed Yun directly, seeking confirmation of his identity. Yun, undaunted, questioned Carl's intentions, prompting Carl to introduce himself as the leader of the Black Dragon Group under the Alliance leader's command, Carl Byrne. Carl accused Yun of infiltrating the Murim Alliance, attacking the leader, and stood firm in his mission to apprehend the perceived criminal. Seopong expressed surprise, seeking details about the attack on the Alliance leader and the identity of the assailants. Sagun, filled with disbelief, questioned the legitimacy of the Black Dragon Group's affiliation with the Murim Alliance, voicing skepticism about their allegiance. In response to their doubts, Carl remained stoic, acknowledging their disbelief before issuing a chilling ultimatum. With a menacing tone, Carl declared their impending demise, indicating a decisive and ominous turn in the encounter. As the tension heightened, Carl unleashed a powerful aura sword, causing an explosive impact. Yun, displaying quick reflexes, defended against the attack, remarking on the intensity of the moment. In response to Yun's defense, Carl, using the bloody celestial monarch, expressed surprise at Yun's resilience. Referencing an earlier mission failure with the old man divine monarch, Carl questioned Yun's ability to withstand his assault. Internally, Yun pondered Carl's identity as a grand plan executive, noting the formidable strength of his opponent's inner chi. Despite the daunting challenge, Yun resolved to face Carl head-on, drawing on past experiences to strategize his approach. In a swift display of skill, Yun wielded his sword, channeling his aura and energy to create an explosion and rift in the ground, causing chaos and disruption. Urging his allies to flee, Yun called out for everyone to run, aiming to create distance and regroup. Internally, Yun strategized to create a safe space for the group amidst the turmoil. Sang, seeking clarity, inquired about the identities of their adversaries. Seopong responded, identifying the antagonists as the grand plan, the instigators behind the brewing orthodox demonic conflict mentioned by Yun. As Carl pursued them, he commanded them to halt in their tracks, determined to catch up to Yun and his allies. In a defiant response, Yun questioned whether Carl would stop if the roles were reversed, showcasing his resolve. Suyin intervened, urging Yun to focus on the path ahead as they raced towards a nearby river on horseback. Meanwhile, Carl seethed with frustration, realizing that Yun had purposely led them in this direction, intensifying the chase. Internally, Yun grappled with the risky situation, contemplating whether to confront their pursuers head-on despite the dangers. In a moment of urgency, whose voice rang out, signaling Yun and his companions to hurry towards him. Spotting Hu and Xian in a boat, Yun gestured for them to join quickly, indicating a means of escape. Confusion arose among the group as Sagun questioned the identities of the individuals in the boat. Seopong clarified, recognizing them as Yun's trusted escort warrior and the waiter from the Five Virtues tea shop. As the tension mounted, Sang alerted the group to the approaching Grand Plan Dark Knights, emphasizing the pressing need to expedite their escape. In the midst of the intense confrontation, Xian entered a serious battle stance, wielding his bow and arrow with precision to eliminate the Dark Knights threatening them, who swiftly provided ropes for their escape, facilitating Yun and the uncanny heroic squad to leap into the boat. As the boat swiftly departed from the shore, the Dark Knights found themselves unable to catch up. Meanwhile, Carl, fueled by rage, unleashed a powerful energy attack aimed at crushing their boat, instilling fear and panic among the group. Witnessing the imminent danger, Seopong expressed concern over the potential destruction of the boat if hit by Carl's attack. Yun, determined to protect his companions, braced himself to block the impending assault, but his resolve wavered as the threat loomed closer. Amidst the escalating tension, Sang's terrified cry filled the air, yet a sudden massive wave from the river intervened, halting Carl's devastating attack and offering a momentary reprieve from the imminent danger. In a dramatic turn of events, Jiten appeared in the sky atop a majestic hawk, addressing Carl with a reminder of their previous directive, to refrain from killing Yun. In a tense confrontation, Jiten and Carl faced off under immense pressure. Carl demanded Jiten to step aside, calling him the Divine Supreme. Jiten dismounted from the bird, explaining that their lord had entrusted him with matters concerning the prophecy and he had chosen to spare the man in question. Jiten stood his ground, stating that his actions aligned with their lord's commands. Karl insisted on punishing those who strayed from the prophecy, citing the Heavenly Lord's decree. Punish those who deviate from the prophecy, he warned Jiten to move or face the consequences, challenging the Divine Supreme's authority. Yun, bewildered by the encounter, grappled with the mystery surrounding the grand plan. Jiten explained that it was his duty to stop his lordship from making mistakes. Karl, in the heat of the battle, insulted Jiten for coming from a clan known for treachery. Remaining composed, Jiten clarified that he was not like the previous leaders of the Uchi clan, highlighting his difference from his clan's past actions. As a massive explosion rocked the scene, Sien swiftly instructed to steer the ship to prevent it from capsizing. Meanwhile, Karl and Jiten engaged in a fierce battle, showcasing their formidable skills. Yun, taken aback by the sudden turn of events, questioned the internal conflict unfolding before him. Xiaopong, seeking clarity, inquired about the identities of the individuals involved in the intense confrontation, highlighting the escalating confusion and tension among the group. Jiten poised his sword to address Karl, intending to inform their lord personally, but his words were cut short by a sudden transformation. The clear blue sky darkened, shrouded in gloomy, ominous clouds, as a chilling voice spoke, declaring the inevitability of the execution of the great Orthodox demonic war. Amidst this eerie change, a mysterious new figure emerged, adding a layer of mystery and foreboding to the unfolding events. As fear gripped the group, Sien, observing the eerie figure, questioned if it was a corpse or a jiangshi, a type of reanimated corpse in folklore, who, equally alarmed, expressed confusion and uncertainty about the unsettling presence. Meanwhile, Yun, recognizing the sinister energy emanating from the figure, identified him as the Lord of the Grand Plan, further intensifying the sense of dread and apprehension among the group. The mysterious and ominous atmosphere heightened as the true identity of the enigmatic figure became clear. As the Lord of the Grand Plan unleashed a powerful force, causing the Dark Lion unit to collapse in agony, Sang fell to the ground, overwhelmed by the intense pain. Yun, reeling from the pain, questioned the sanity of the situation, viewing the Lord as a monstrous being. In a display of reverence, Jiten greeted the Lord, bowing with utmost respect. Expressing concern for the Lord's well-being, Jiten cautioned against overexertion that could strain the Lord's body. In response, the Heavenly Lord brushed off Jiten's worries, revealing plans for a new body. Questioning Jiten's interference in the Dark Knight's actions, the Lord sought an explanation for the Divine Supreme's intervention. Jiten affirmed the certainty of the impending Great Orthodox Demonic War, stating that all preparations were complete, ensuring a smooth progression. He suggested leveraging the strength of the Yelu clan to achieve success with minimal sacrifices. In response, the Heavenly Lord questioned the rationale behind minimizing sacrifices, prompting Jiten to reconsider the strategic approach and the implications of reducing the number of sacrifices in the upcoming conflict. The Heavenly Lord declared that those in Xinjiang were descendants of traitors and vowed to subjugate them after their current endeavors. In a plea for mercy, Jiten interceded, acknowledging their lineage but emphasizing that they were not the traitors themselves. He appealed for compassion, drawing a parallel to the chance the Lord had given him and suggesting the possibility of extending that same opportunity to the people of Xinjiang. In a sudden and shocking turn of events, the Heavenly Lord thrust his hand into Jiten's chest, revealing that Jiten, too, was a descendant of traitors. The Lord disclosed that he had spared Jiten as a contingency, but deemed him expendable now that he had acquired a suitable body. As the Heavenly Lord prepared to strike again, a large bird swooped in, seizing Jiten's body and soaring into the sky. With a display of power, the Heavenly Lord dismissed the bird as an insignificant creature. The Heavenly Lord, coughing and showing signs of distress, was approached by Karl, who inquired about his well-being. The Lord decided to return, prompting Karl to question the decision to let the Divine Supreme escape. In response, the Heavenly Lord dismissed the concern, stating that it did not matter as, ultimately, when the prophesied day arrived, no one would survive. With all pieces falling into place, the Lord emphasized that everything would unfold as foretold by the prophecy, setting the stage for a fateful and inevitable end. On a boat, drifting along the river under a clear sky, who inquired about the situation. Sien expressed confusion, unable to comprehend the thoughts of the unit leader. Ryuyin, in disbelief, pondered the revelation that Yun was indeed a member of the demonic cult, leading them all to inadvertently become traitors of the Murim alliance. Segun questioned if the pursuers were truly from the Murim Alliance. Seng speculated that they wouldn't falsely claim association with the alliance without reason. Suyin suggested placing their trust in Yun, while Xiaopong expressed concern over Yun's decision to allow the Divine Supreme of the Grand Plan onto the ship, pondering the motives behind such a risky choice. In a tense exchange, Woon inquired about Jiten's objectives. Jiten, lying on the floor, noted the unexpected turn of events, questioning Woon's decision to save him and using the ice crystal skill. Woon explained that saving Jiten was essential as he held crucial information about the Grand Plan, emphasizing the necessity of leveraging Jiten's knowledge to gain insights into the unfolding situation. When Jiten questioned why Woon believed he would provide information, Woon admitted uncertainty but expressed a desire to halt the demonic Orthodox war and prevent unnecessary loss of life through senseless sacrifices. Jiten remarked on the stark difference between his expectations of Woon, the demonic cult's fourth young master, and the information he had received. He recalled hearing negative descriptions of Woon as wicked and lustful. In response, Woon revealed that he witnessed the Grand Plan's lord attempting to kill Jiten and offered to help him receive medical treatment at the Sichuan Tang clan. Woon assured Jiten of his best efforts to ensure his recovery, referencing the clan's medical expertise, although not as renowned as the Divine Doctor of Thousand Skills. Internally, Woon grappled with a dilemma, contemplating whether to return to the demonic cult to gather more information before deciding on his next course of action. In a grave tone, Jiten revealed that the alliance leader had passed away. Woon, taken aback, expressed shock at the news. Jiten continued, stating that the declaration of the Great Orthodox Demonic War would soon follow in front of all the Orthodox sections. Woon, struggling to process the information, sought clarification, questioning if Jiten had indeed mentioned the death of the alliance leader. Jiten affirmed that he was the one who ended the alliance leader Mok's life with his own hands. He disclosed that the figure presenting himself as the alliance leader to the Orthodox sect members was actually the thousand-faced fox, a master of transfiguration. In disbelief, Woon questioned how the alliance leader could be deceased and raised suspicions about other casualties, particularly the young warrior who had accompanied Woon to the tomb. Jiten revealed that the individual marked by the Heavenly Lord had been chosen as the new vessel and was undergoing preparation, possibly already overtaken by the Heavenly Lord's presence. In shock, Woon screamed in disbelief, seeking clarification and struggling to comprehend the implications of Jiten's revelation. Xiaopong approached Yun, seeking answers about the unfolding events. He inquired about Yun's affiliation with the demonic cult and the identity of the individual in the cabin. Xiaopong also questioned the events that transpired on the riverbank the day before. In response, Woon requested a moment to explain comprehensively. Xiaopong and the others listened attentively, poised to hear Yun's account and gain clarity on the intricate series of events and revelations. Yun revealed his true identity, confirming that he was indeed a member of the demonic cult as the Sun Moon Divine Cult's fourth young master, Woon. The group expressed surprise at this revelation. Continuing, Woon formally greeted them as such. Ryan recalled the name being mentioned by the individual who attacked them on their journey to the tomb. Woon affirmed the connection, acknowledging the association between his identity as the fourth young master and the attack they had encountered. Woon explained that the information he intended to deliver to the Central Plains had been compromised, potentially leaked to the Grand Plan. Despite this breach, he had been discreet about his whereabouts. Since then, he had been diligently investigating the group masquerading as their divine cult. He revealed that the group orchestrating the Great Orthodox Demonic War was known as the Grand Plan, as he previously mentioned. Furthermore, he identified a key member as an executive of the Grand Plan and a blood relative of Kwang, prompting surprise from Xiaopong at the sudden mention of Kwang. Woon referenced the Dijiang country that he had inquired about previously. Xiaopong questioned the relevance of Dijiang country to their current discussion. Woon elaborated, recalling Xiaopong's mention that the country was governed by a single ruler from its inception until its downfall. He confirmed the accuracy of Xiaopong's statement, shedding light on the unique governance and history of the enigmatic Dijiang country. Xiaopong questioned the validity of the claim about the eternal rule in Dijiang country, considering it a common fabrication to glorify rulers. Woon refuted this notion, explaining that the emperor sustained eternal life by receiving human sacrifices from the feudal lords' families and living as a parasite within their bodies. Seng expressed disbelief at this revelation, highlighting the doubt of such a concept. Suyin observed that the Heavenly Lord of the Grand Plan they encountered previously did not appear to be in optimal health. Considering Woon's explanation, she questioned why the Heavenly Lord hadn't moved to a healthier body sooner if the process was as described. Woon clarified that the transfer was selective, requiring the strongest body among the direct descendants of the feudal lords' families to fully harness the power of the Heavenly Lord. Once a suitable candidate was identified, a mark would be carved on their forehead. Segun expressed surprise at the mention of the forehead mark, prompting Yun to reveal the scar on Kwang's forehead as an example, linking the discussion to a tangible and significant detail in their shared experiences. In an eerie atmosphere, the Heavenly Lord commanded the retrieval of a particular object, with Kwang lying on the platform. A member of the Grand Plan presented the requested item to the Lord. The Heavenly Lord disclosed a history of soul essence loss in a battle against the White Sword martial god, leading to his inhabiting a failing body. After eliminating the Yuchi clan and reclaiming a legacy left by the martial god, he struggled to find a suitable vessel due to the thousand-faced fox's interference. Instead, he raised a different young Yuchi child, but failed to transform him into an adequate vessel. However, the destined body had finally returned to him, aligning with the world's flow. With a chilling laugh, the Heavenly Lord exuded a dark and unsettling presence, emphasizing the gravity of the moment and the unfolding events.